Umimo, Ikele 3 weeks ago, we were called by certain media houses to assess Governor Rocher's administration progress. And to be honest to people of Imo State, I don't see much progress that has been done. But to his credit, I do believe that Governor Roches has laid the moral foundation for a new beginning for the state. I give him credit for the roads. I give him credit for it just even trying. The previous governors became a funfair for him. And we're not going to deal with those past. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm watching how much interest the new governor now has shown. I have no doubt about his honesty, and also give him credit for the fact that he's been able to control public funds and minimize corruption. Civilization, progress, takes a blueprint, and we are lacking in that blueprint. So having said that, overall, I think, like I've said before, he's called for a new beginning. So whoever steps in after the governor should now understand the task ahead of him. And then the last few days, the incident that happened in Uguta. Ndimo, I just don't want to lie to you. The story goes that the governor prevented bloodbath in Uguta because an outrider, for some of you who know what an outrider is, he is the man or woman dispatched to ensure that security is ahead of a convoy. The story went that the outrider was assaulted, and the police was ready for war, for fight. And the governor stepped in and prevented him. Ndimo, like I've said, this is not a case of trying to criticize Governor Roches. If I were the governor, regardless of which party was holding an event, someone, a group of people would have been arrested that very day. My primary goal as a governor is to ensure that justice is served. Is to ensure that the laws of the land are respected. I understand the governor's kindness. I understand his benevolence. But I will not get in the way of justice. If anyone in Imo State takes the law into his or her hands and assaults another citizen of Imo State while I'm a sitting governor, I promise you that come what may, an arrest will be made and justice will be served. That's simply as how it goes. The cause of lawlessness stems from the fact that no one is penalized. How could a group of people take it upon themselves assault an outrider in front of a governor? It's an insult to law. It's an insult to the governor. It's an insult to any leader. If I were the governor, I don't even care if the convoy is Nzeribe's convoy, or if the convoy is any other party's convoy. The fact that a crime has been committed calls for me to ensure that justice is served. That's how, if I'm put in that place, that's how we are going to lead Imo State. The idea of allowing lawlessness to continue, I will bring it to an end. And let me digress a little. Lawlessness is not just in violence. When a government official overlooks procedure, overlooks caution, takes money, public funds, he or she is being lawless. So lawlessness takes many shapes and forms, and we must deal with it comprehensively. That's how you lead a state. We must bring an end to lawlessness. It is when we bring an end to lawlessness that individuals will not think twice before they commit any crime in Imo State or in Nigeria. We just cannot allow people to commit a crime and go home. Meanwhile, the victim suffers the pain. That's not a true government. That's not true civilization. We ought to put this to an end. The people of Imo State, that's the kind of government that I envision. The time will come. So I just want you to know that if I ever decide to run for governorship, that's the kind of government I will insist on. The government that has zero tolerance for lawlessness. I will not care who is coming from. I will not care which group is coming from. No one in Imo State will ever again take the law into their hands. I don't care if Aton Zeribe violates the law. I will make sure that justice is served. That's the primary job of a governor. Over and over again, we see this playing out itself. We cannot, like I've always said, it's an act of deterrence. If we want to have an organized society, a decent environment, we have to root out lawlessness. It's the foundation, it's the premises, the auspices upon which other crimes and vices arise. When people feel that they could get away with a crime, they will come back the next day and do it. And they will graduate in that crime and they will become experts in it. Meanwhile, the people pay the price. So that's my assessment of the Honorable Governor. He is trying. 2 years is not going to make much difference. But I hope that in 4 years he could look back and we all could look back and see much more progress. But as far as I'm concerned now, that new beginning, that transformation, it's not just physical. It's not just architectural. When you transform an environment, you transform the minds. People begin to think differently. Now, when I know that if I commit a crime, I'll be punished, I'll think twice before I commit the next crime. And that's the concept. That's the concept, Umimo. So we need men, women of great courage who are not afraid to look their fellow men in the eye and say, my friend, you've committed a crime and you will pay for it. So that's just how I see government. But as long as we continue to just turn our back or leave God to administer justice, the society will continue to pay hefty prices. So, June 2013, my humble suggestion to any leader, be it the governor, be it the congressman, is that let's have a consensus that we must do something about lawlessness. Regardless, if my own son in Imo State violates the law, believe me, my kids know me. My kids know me. I will push him towards the law to be punished. It's not about I cannot live with myself and ask everyone else to obey the law when I have a son who is not obeying the law. And that's the concept. Everyone must act within the rules of the law. So, understand it. Understand what you are most likely to get from me. Because I don't have room for lawlessness. I just don't. So hopefully, next month, I get to talk to you again. But time has come for a change. Time has truly come for a change, Umimo. We cannot let all this mediocrity. We are the ones paying the price. We are the victims. And I think enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's about time we all sit down. Congressmen, governors, state, national, and do what's in the interest of Imo State. Let's look at the economic history of nations who have been successful. Let's see what we can learn from them. Let's see Japan. Let's see Brazil. Let's see China. Let's look into their history. Let's see what we can learn from other people. There's so much. For us to be a modern society, it takes a whole lot. And we have to somehow, at some point, start building the foundation. So we are going to give Governor Roches 2 more years, and hopefully he will get the message. I understand his actions. I understand why he got in the way of the police. But if I were in that position, as much as I will step back and walk away and go back to Owerri, I will ask the police to go in there and make arrests. And I will inform the media. So, for the sake of transparency, but whoever assaulted the outrider should have been made to pay. Thank you, and may God bless you.